When I do book, I always use. I write
And
names
that's the challenging thing when
black.
it comes to playoffs is learning how to control your emotions. You know, because it's a very emotional game. You know, it's you lose, you're done. You know,
Old
and
habits
there can be
die
a lot
hard.
of pressure and a lot of emotions that go into the game. And I do believe that the team that can handle their emotions and just kind of stay focused on one possession at a time. You know, don't take it for more than it is. We're just playing basketball. You know, and just staying focused on what's the task at hand. Let's execute. Let's play with great energy. Let's do the things that we've been doing over the last month to get us to this point. If we can do that, I feel really good. And you know, it's going to help having
and then you can
having players
scroll down
like
here with
Lindsey
the bar
Vogel
to get to
and
the individual.
Jesse Giles, the players that have kind of
sidebar here. You can
been through this now to kind of keep us composed and keep us under control.
I don't worry about the individuals until halftime.
But it is tough. It's a challenge controlling your emotions in these kind of games. You know, the first 5 minutes of the game is going to could be crazy, you know. But then once the game kind of hits a flow, then we should be fine.
From what I saw,
I think this one might say is the hottest stick in town here tonight, kind of on the grand stage, so to speak. I think it's going to be a great crowd on hand here tonight, and again, I think this team has deserved to be at this spot. And so I think for the women, I think with the big crowd behind them, they can kind of ride that emotion separate from their own with that emotion of the crowd, the electricity of the crowd, hopefully, to get off to a good start, because that has been a key factor over this last month. Good starts. You mentioned the first 5 minutes could be crazy. Well, hopefully it's good crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we want. You know, learning how to feed off of the energy in the gym, but not get too excited about it, is going to be a challenge. And one thing with our recruiting is you look at Lindsey Vogel, Jesse Giles, Morgan, Ashlyn. A lot of these players played in the state tournament games in high school, and so they're kind of used to that kind of big moment, energy, kind of filled type games. And that's one thing that we focus on in recruiting, is finding kids from winning programs that have been there. And so this isn't a too.
Why didn't we do that to our
them.
bodies tonight?
I think they're just really ready. And
we have pride.
It is challenging as a player to hear and feel all of the energy in the gym, but staying focused on the task at hand. I think that's going to be a really fun kind of game for us tonight in regards of handling the emotions, playing in front of a great crowd, because the players deserve it. They really do. They deserve that great crowd, and just using it as a benefit and a bonus, but not letting it kind of overtake us, I think is going to be a really big thing.
Final comments here, Coach. I think another aspect to this contest, solely focusing on the Dakota State side, is that I think that game last Friday may have left a little bit of a tough taste in the mouth for the women. I think they want to come out and kind of prove that again, they've had some good wins, but
is that Tom Collar or Kaler?
We're ready to get back on the court.
The Morgan moment Kepsel, that our players were sitting in the gym at Bellevue and watching Bellevue
Savannah Walsdorf, Ashley McDonald, Jesse Giles.
The players we focused in for the playoffs.
And then Jamal Bronco.
The players are ready. They really are. They've been preparing for this moment. We've been talking about all year long about playing their best basketball going into the playoffs, and we've won 10 of our last 11 games. You can't play much better than that. And the team is really done a great job of staying together, doing things together, and just playing with great energy and effort for each other. And if we can just stay focused on those things and continue to do things together and not start trying to do things on our own, we're going to be in really good shape. I do believe that our team and the program believes that we can compete with anyone in the league, and we've showed that. And if we just take care of our own business. I had a quote on our practice plan yesterday.
I've got a German girl too.
From golfer Sam Snead. It says, "Forget about your opponent. Always play against par."
She didn't play much in 2 games,
and that's kind of the message.
Really?
Going into this thing, don't worry about who you're playing.
Come off the bench.
Let's just focus on what we've done.
We got a lot of Montana, Wyoming.
And compete against each other.
Dickinson State's on the western side of North Dakota.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so that's
hopefully get better on
all
Saturday,
of their
get better on
athletics.
Sunday.
Sophomore center from Canova, South Dakota, Morgan Kepsel.
Alongside Brett Miller, I'm Carl Hauser. Crash back at the studios. Glad you've joined us for NSAA basketball here tonight. The student section, Brett, is here in full force. We've got some of the boys with lettering Dakota State across their chest with their shirts off. And the tip-off taken in here by Dakota State University in their gray home jerseys tonight. It is going to be dark blue jerseys for Dickinson State. Pass down low to Morgan Kepsel, and the first bucket of the game is via the way of Morgan Kepsel. Kepsel averaging right around 14 points per game. Has been a force all season long in the post. Back the other way. Dakota Dosh open down low against the full court pressure, and Dosh will lay it in for two. It's a 2-2 game here early on in this first quarter. Of course, 10-minute quarters in collegiate girls basketball. After the fifth, or up to the fifth foul, it becomes a bonus. Here's a pass down low to Kepsel, and Morgan Kepsel with her second bucket of the game. And a good sign for Dakota State, getting the post involved in the very talented Morgan Kepsel. Brett, that is a bread and butter for this Trojan side.
Oh, man, we're going to see so many points inside the paint tonight. I mean, this could be pick and roll city from what I'm seeing so far.
Well, back the other way, Dickinson State. Ashley Larson will hit a three from the top of the key, so some outside game as well. 5-4 in favor of Dickinson State. And now a turnover as Dakota Dosh comes up with it, and then her shot is blocked on the break. First off, nice pick there by Dosh. Great hustle back by McDonald defensively.
Yeah, that was great hustle, never giving up on the play, and that's what we want to see out of this Trojan squad if they look to win tonight.
Great crowd here this evening as well. The largest crowd for sure on the season. Of course, it's playoff time. The old moniker. We heard it there chatting with head coach David Moe, and it goes across the board when it hits the postseason, whether it is high school, college, or even the pros. Survive and advance. Dickinson State basketball working against the 2-3 zone. Long three for Larson, up off the mark, no good. Sydney Fick will pull in the rebound on the backside for the Trojans. Headmans it up to Walsdorf on the far side. Up top, Kepsel. Morgan Kepsel a three. Bang from downtown. Her hot spot, top of the key. That's anyone's hot spot. She hits more often than not straight on.
That was a little Joel Embiid-esque right there, channeling the Philadelphia 76ers. She's got a great post game inside the paint, but look at that. Top of the key, she's splashing threes like she's Steph Curry.
2+ minutes gone by in this opening quarter. 7-5 Dakota State. Dickinson State with the basketball on the near wing. It's up top. And an errant pass taken away by McDonald. A 3-on-1 back the other way. Feed it off to Walsdorf, and Savannah Walsdorf. A kiss off the glass for two. And a timeout is on the court. Well, the crowd is here tonight. We talked with Coach Moe in the pregame about the crowd handling the emotions over the first couple of minutes of this game. Brett, this is easily the largest crowd that the DSU women have played with here this season. I mean, you look, the student section is almost full. I would say we're at probably about 75, if not 80% full here at the DSU Fieldhouse. So you got to temper those emotions. You want to play with emotion. We know that, but you got to be able to play within the emotion as well.
Yep, and Dickinson State is going to come out here and they're going to try firing threes like they have been. They're trying to take this crowd out of the game, because if the crowd gets taken out of the game, that's going to throw off Dakota State both on offense and defense. The Trojans are going to be feeding off this crowd. You just got to stay in it, not give up too many huge baskets for Dickinson State, and see what happens from there.
Well, full court pressure here as Sydney Clark will back pass into the hands of Watts. Watts comes back to Clark on the near side. Clark, 14-footer on the way. That one off the iron. Dakota Dosh, offensive rebound, kicks out to Larson. Larson's three in and out. Rebound down low. Put back, no, but a foul. The one thing that will hurt any zone is offensive rebounding. When you play a 2-3 zone or whatever zone, you got to box out right there. Getting loose down low as Wallace got the offensive rebound, put back no good, but she'll step to the line for two.
Yeah, and offensive boards are going to kill you if you're on defense. I mean, offensive boards equals second chance opportunity at points, third chance opportunity, and that's just going to lead to more points for Dickinson State. As you see there, they only got 1 out of 2, but it's one more than they wanted to give up if you're the Trojans.
So 1 out of 2 on the trip, as Brett mentioned, 9-6 in favor of Dakota State. As we welcome you inside the Helena broadcast booth, Helena of Madison, people, products, and knowledge. And back the other way, Dakota State setting up the offense, and a foul is called on Dickinson State. That foul is going to be called on Watts, her first personal, team's first. That foul on Dakota State, by the way, was on Morgan Kepsel. So foul on either side here in this first quarter. Nearing 3 minutes gone by in the first. 9-6 in favor of Dakota State. Sydney Fick, a contested jumper or hook on the baseline off the mark. Rebound into the hands of the Blue Hawks. They push back the other way. 3 on the way from the near wing is off the mark for Watts. Defensive rebound to Walsdorf. Walsdorf will push back the other way. Back passes to McDonald. As we see it here, right to left, Jesse Giles open down low. Giles can't finish. A prolific scorer in Jesse Giles. She was held scoreless at Bellevue last Friday. There ended up being a contested baseline jumper off the backboard, wouldn't go. Back the other way comes Dickinson State. We do welcome in those that are joining us here tonight from Dickinson State, from the Dickinson station, as Dakota Dosh gets open down low. She can't finish. Shot there down low. Dosh may have felt the pressure, couldn't finish on a great pass. Back the other way, here's Sydney Fick, 3 on the way. You betcha, 3 from the top of the key for Sydney Fick, second 3 of the quarter for the Trojans, and it's 12-6 in favor of DSU. 4+ minutes gone by in this first quarter. On the drive is Clark. Clark, contested layup, sweeping from left to right off the mark. Fick with the rebound. Up to McDonald. McDonald on the drive. Ooh, she's pickpocketed by Ashley Larson. Larson back the other way. Numbers not on her side. She will slow things down. Top of the key into the hands of Dosh. Over to Larson. Substitutions coming in on a next dead ball. Here's a 3 from the near corner. Up and good for Ashley Watts. Watts with her first bucket of the game. And it's 12-9 in favor of Dakota State. Trojans with the basketball.
And Watts was just desperate for that 3. She just kept firing and firing and finally got it to fall. Brings her Blue Hawks within 3 points here. And like I said, it took the crowd out of the game for a little bit there.
Back the other way, Morgan Kepsel, 3 is off the mark. And a defensive rebound to the Blue Hawks. Nearing halfway through this first quarter, 12-9 in favor of Dakota State. Here's Dosh, middle of the lane, passes out to Clark. Clark's 3 is off the mark. In fact, I believe it was an air ball. Savannah Walsdorf with the rebound. Walsdorf lightly pushes, then slows things down. Trojans come up top to Giles. Giles kicks near side to Fick. Fick, another 3 on the way. This one off the mark. No. Oh, Morgan Kepsel, offensive rebound, the putback. Brett, if you're a big guy, you get those soft hands down low. Magical things happen right there. Kepsel, great offensive rebound.
Yep, and the defender for Dickinson State there did everything she could, but when you got those long arms like Kepsel has, it's kind of hard to stop her from getting her the offensive board.
Well, a steal and a couple of chances for Ashlyn McDonald down low, couldn't finish. Then Clark comes there with it. Clark back the other way, 3 in transition. Off the iron, no. McDonald comes up with the rebound. Ashley McDonald with the basketball, works it over the timeline again from right to left as we see it. Left to right for Dickinson, and Kepsel's called for the travel. Whoa, a line changes here.
Her feet decided to move a little bit before the ball wanted to dribble, and that's not going to work in college. If you're in the NBA, yeah, it might, but not right here.
Substitutions here. Lexi Robson checks in, Lindsey Vogel, Cheyenne Nagel, and Olivia Bresky make it Courtney Menning as well for Dakota State. 5 in, 5 out for the Lady T's. Meanwhile, for Dickinson State, Shaylee Sheridan in. She's got the basketball. Also in number 25, Kylie Verplogen, as well as number 5, Natalie Hafer. Here's a mid-range jumper up and good for Ashley Watts. Watts with her second bucket of the game. 14-11 in favor of Dakota State. Menning with the basketball on the far side. Up top to Robson. 3.5 left in this first quarter. Vogel with the basketball. Up top to Robson. Lindsey Vogel, 5th all-time in 3-pointers in her career here at Dakota State. Olivia Bresky on the drive. Passes out to Nagel. 16-footer is up and good for Shaylee Nagel. The lost art of the mid-range jumper there for the Trojans.
Yep, and that's going to play a big part here too, as a and one there is made by, looks like number 15, Lexi Robson. So she puts the Trojans up by 7 here, 18-11. I kind of forget where I was going there. That and one kind of got me excited.
Well, Nagel got the bucket to go, and as you mentioned, Robson with an and one after the steal by Dakota State. Substitution here for the Blue Hawks. Checking in number 10, Lindsay Peterson, freshman from Watford City, North Dakota, a former Wolf. As the free throw for Robson is off the mark. 3 and change left in this first quarter, 18-11. Dakota State with the advantage over Dickinson State. Again, welcoming everyone joining us, listening up in the Dickinson area here tonight. As Dickinson State on the road taking on Dakota State, third meeting of the season for these two teams. Dakota State winning the first two. Shot clock is at 6. Ball on the near side here for the Blue Hawks. Pass in the middle of the lane. Contested jumper is up and good for Sheridan. Sheridan beats the buzzer, 18-13 Dakota State.
Man, those floaters, man, it's hard to defend those. Just those, the arc that they get. How can you stop that? Yep. I mean, you can't.
Lindsey Vogel, top of the key, 3 on the way for the senior off the iron. No long rebound. Knocked out, collected by the Blue Hawks. They want to push, and then Lexi Robson knocked it away, saved it from going out of bounds. But Dickinson State will come up with the basketball. It's into the hands of Shaylee Sheridan. Sheridan working to the far wing, the 2-3 zone here for Dakota State. Since they switched to this 2-3 zone, this team has taken a drastic change. Now here's a wild pass out of bounds. Looking down low, DSU football head coach Josh Anderson, the intended recipient down on that row. Miscommunication there by the Blue Hawks.
I don't know if she thought that was the 6th man coming into play or what the deal was on that one, but sure woke him up if he was sleeping, huh?
Just under 2 minutes left in our first quarter, 18-13 Dakota State with the advantage. They've got the basketball. Motion offense, Courtney Menning will kick near side. Vogel, 3 from the near wing, bang! Vogel with the 3. As she's got 161 threes in her career, and then a foul on the inbound. Dakota State likes to get aggressive, especially with the second unit as they stay full court pressure. 21-13 with 1:37 to go in quarter number 1. Blue Hawks will inbound as it's inbounded here to Abby Johnson. Nope, excuse me, that's Mackenzie Reed who just got into the game. Reed in here for the first time. Reed will give it up top. Into the hands of Sheridan. Sheridan to Reed, back to Sheridan, over to the far side. And back up top, Sheridan. Sheridan driving, gets the baseline, passes off to Hafer. Hafer into the corner, 3 for Sheridan on the way, off the iron, no. Rebound is fought for, it's out of bounds, and we're going the other way.
Man, from here, nothing against the Trojans, but it almost looked like they got away with foul there, kind of interfering with the shot on the three-pointer.
Yeah. Little too much contact there after the shot, no doubt about it, but no foul is called. Minute to go in this first quarter, 21-13. Dakota State leads. Nagel with the basketball. A step off the top of the key, gives it off to Vogel. Vogel on the drive, will back kick to Menning. Menning swings far side to Robson. Robson gets to the baseline, kicks over to Vogel. 3 on the way. Yes! Lindsey Vogel, her second 3 of the quarter, and it's 24-13 in favor of Dakota State. Back the other way, long pass up ahead, and then a pass out for a 3 off the iron, no. Rebound is loose. Dakota State will come up with it. Bold right there, had a layup.
Dickinson State just passed up 2 free points to try and get a 3. Why? Okay, I'm not the coach, so I don't know, but that seemed like 2 easy points for the Blue Hawks there.
Wow, Dakota State just called for a 10-second call as Lexi Robson was walking the ball up to court. So, Brett, their negative cancels negative. Looked like Dickinson State had a layup. They passed out for a 3, and then Dakota State walking up the basketball called for 10 seconds. Dakota Dosh checking back in, as well as Ashley Larson here for the Blue Hawks. Shot clock is off in this first quarter. Blue Hawks, if they want to hold for the final shot, they can do so. Here's Larson driving to the baseline. 14-footer up off the iron. Rebound is tapped loose. Collected in by Clark, who just checked back in. Back passes to Larson. Larson 3-0. Menning with the rebound, and that will be the first quarter as the horn doesn't sound, but the lights around the backboard do go.
To present the most desirable traits, but it also means doing business the way it all started 55 years ago. Strong seed from a third-generation family business. I guess you could say